time we link up, it's only a step. We're thinking where we get that. Is it wrong? Is it right? You know that I miss you. I be getting mixed signals while you slow down. Don't stop your screen light. Now you calling it special when you know I can't have you. When on to the next one. Oh, now you wanna get aggressive. Do you mean you keep on making believe? Now you best turn into a dream. If you're so toxic to me, wouldn't know you feel. Cause I thought it was over. Got me thinking my feelings over. Living through it over and over. You keep calling me back. I'm just trying to get closer to you, closer and closer. Phone me like over and over. Cause you keep calling me back. Why you keep calling me back? Back. Let me in, you switch up. I'd rather we never pick up, but can we slip up and mix up sometimes?
Are you flying on me? No one made one time. Are you blaming on me? You don't make one line. Are you trying to keep it down? Make one time. Just trying to be everything.
All right, you guys, so we are back. So yeah, I'm about to give y'all a little story time. Enjoy this food. So this was spring break of high school, senior year of high school. It was senior year of high school. You know, my mom said I could go to Myrtle Beach with my friends, you know, for the spring break. And that was the moves on spring break. So that's where everybody was gonna be at. That potato is good, okay? I got me just a little bit of juice. So yeah, I'm sorry, I need to get on with the story. Let me talk to y'all for a minute. So yeah, so my mom let me go spring break or whatever. That's cool. Like, so me and a couple of my friends, what are we gonna call them? It was three of the girls, and then 3 guys. But in total it was 4 girls, 3 guys. Right? Yeah. Okay, scallop. So 4 girls, 3 guys. Girls, we're gonna call them Candy, Kaya, and Kayla. Candy, Kaya, and Kayla. Okay, so that was 3 girls. They were on the trip with us. 2 of them I cheered with in high school. Is this giving it away? We're gonna cut that out. But so yeah, I knew them from high school or whatever. Us and then 3 of our guy friends, we'll call them Joe, John, and Jack. Okay, Joe, John, and Jack. So it was Candy, Kayla, Kyle, Joe, John, Jack, and me. Let's start from before the trip got even started. So we were planning to ride together. Mind you, we're like 18. We can't really rent a car. You can't rent a car at 18. I don't think you can. Trying to rent a car, that doesn't work because we're not of age. So Joe, he ends up finding some app where you can, you know, you can rent someone's car. People put their car on there for people to rent for like a couple of days, you know, if you're going on a road trip or something like that. So Joe's like, yeah, I found this app that would do, we could do this. End up booking that. Come the day of, when we're getting ready to leave, we pull up to Kaya's house. Like, all of us meet up at Kaya's house because that's where we're leaving from. That's where the car app, the person from the app was saying that, like, oh, they were going to bring the car to that location. So that's where we was all at. So we're all waiting there. Joe, Jack, and John, they're like taking forever to come on. I'm like, what's going on? Whatever. They're like, oh, the person that's letting us rent their car isn't responding. Like, they're not responding. This is the day of. We're about to sleep. I'm like, okay. I think Joe's dad ended up letting us take his truck. It was an Infinity SUV. Like, he lets us take that. So boom, boom, boom. We're like, okay, we're on our way to Red Beach. We going down the road. Like, it's lit. We finally got a ride. We figure out how we're going. Boom. It's all good. Like, you know? So we get there. Not to mention, Candy was the one who found the hotel we were going to be staying at. So, you know, the whole time, like, she's sending us to, like, whatever. We see it and all of that. Like, you know, we all think it's all good. We get there. There's 2 hotels with the same name. The new one and the old one. Guess which one we end up staying at? The old one. So the old one gives like motel vibes, like you walk up to your door from outside. Like, you're not walking into a hotel, whoop-de-whoop. Like, it's none of that. So we pull up, we're like, this is Candy, this is it. Like, this is the same place. Like, you don't look like the pictures. We're at Ocean View. Like, we not on the strip. We across from the strip. Across the street from the strip. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, we were confused. We're like, what is this? Like, this is not the place we booked. It was a, I guess like a suite. It had 2 beds in it. And a bathroom in between. And it was all of us, mind you. It's 4 girls, 3 guys. It's 7 of us. What is this? And mind you, why are we all sharing a room? Why are we doing that? Like, honestly. You know? Like, we just glad to be here. Like, we just glad we made it here. We don't even care. Like, you know, it was crazy. Like, you know, I think about it, all of us was in one room. Just one room. So we get there, we like, this don't look right. This don't look like the pictures.
Hey. What is this, honey?
It was giving motel, like.
I was shocked, honey. I was in tears almost. And it has a white refrigerator. I was like, oh, not a white refrigerator.
Very much run down, very much pimped out.
Girl, please put your shoes on. Let's go find you a home, honey. Ooh.
Very much, no, I'm tired, but yeah, we're just like, no. And not to mention also, my manager at the time, because at the time I was working at Chick-fil-A, and our manager was real cool. She ended up being the one that could check us into our hotel, because I had asked her, like, oh, me and my friends trying to go to Myrtle Beach, like, you trying to come down there and check us in, because, you know, we're not old enough to do stuff like this. Like, we need somebody. So she was that person. So she came down to check us into that place. But by the time we were trying to go to another place, I'm like trying to hurry up and tell her, like, oh, we want to change to a different hotel room. Like, this is not what we thought it was. Because, you know, she'll still have to check us in to that hotel. So I ended up catching her, telling her to do all of that. So we ended up getting... Dexter is scratching at the door. So we end up doing all of that, getting our room changed, whoop-de-whoop. We ended up having a good time or whatever on the trip. In the beginning, it was a good time. In the beginning, it was, you know, it was lit. I think we went to one party. I ended up seeing my best friend because we didn't go to the same high school. Like, after freshman year, I went to a different high school, but that's a story for another day. So she didn't even go to the same high school as me. So I ended up seeing her there. We linked up. It was cool, you know, her friends. You know, the people I used to know at that high school, you know, it was cool. But things definitely took a turn for the worse. I'm sorry, this food is busting out.
Tastes so good, make you want to slap your mama.
I'm trying to... I'm trying to do both, but the food is taking over. So the next morning, I get up and I get ready. You know, I'm like, mind you, like my parents are expecting me to be home. So I'm like up and ready. Like, all right, y'all, it's time to go. Trip's over. So next morning I get up, you know, I'm the first one ready, whatever. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go get the car. Like I tell Joe and John that I'm about to go get the car because they were still packing their stuff up. This bread is so good. They were still packing their stuff up. So I'm like, okay, I'll pull the car up. You know, like it's nothing. It's cool. I go outside to do that. I'm alone by myself. And like I said, like the first hotel was across from the strip. We moved to the one that was on the strip, like actually on the strip. But where we parked was still across from the strip. So like I go across the street or whatever, you know, walking towards the car. It's like on the corner. Like our car is right on the corner. I'm walking towards it and I see like some glass on the ground. But I see like some glass on the ground, so, like by the car. I get closer and I'm like, what is that? Like, I'm like, what is that? Y'all, as I get closer to the car, I realize that the driver's side window is shattered. It's shattered. Like, it's done. Like, it's done. Like, shattered. Like, so my first thought is like, oh, my camera. Not to mention, I didn't even tell y'all, but I had been leaving I took my camera on this trip. Like, I took my camera on this trip. Because, like, you know, I want to start my little YouTube journey, like, you know, I was trying to do that. My parents had bought me a camera the Christmas of senior year. And this is spring break. So I took my camera on the trip, you know, trying to get the vibes and all of that. I ended up leaving it in the car. Not that I only just take the camera. I took the case. I took the, it came with two lenses. Am I saying that right? I don't know. But it came with an extra lens. That's what I'll say. It came with an extra lens. And the box, like everything. Like I took the whole thing with me. And in this truck, it was a 3-seater truck. Like it had a third row. So I sat in the back. So I guess I had put it under the seat in the back. So like as I'm standing there, I'm like thinking like, okay, like he shattered the you know, he shattered the driver's door window. You know, there's no way he climbed all the way to the back of this truck and got up under the seat to grab my camera. So y'all, I just couldn't even wait. Like before I even called my friends to tell them, like, mind you, Joe's dad let us drive his Infinity truck. This is his dad's truck. Like, this is his dad's truck. So, like, I didn't even think to call him first. I'm just like, is my camera back there? Like, is my camera still back there? Because I know I put it back there. And I know I didn't take it inside the hotel. So, is it still back there? Like, now that the driver's side window is shut, somebody done robbed the car. They robbed us for everything, y'all. They took John's shoes. They took Jack's. Jack had snacks in the car, which, Jack, why you got snacks in the car? But they took Jack's snacks. This is Joe's dad's car, so Joe's mad too. So I'm calling them, I'm telling them like, someone broke into the truck. Someone broke into the truck. Someone broke into the truck. Like, y'all come out here right now. So I'm like, am I dreaming? Like, did I walk into the right car? Is this the right car? And I'm just like, it's broad daylight now, so it's done. Like, whatever was done was like, they must have been watching us as we pulled up and walked into our hotel room, and like, boom, lit right there, like easy lit. And then we're trying to get camera footage, you know, around Myrtle Beach. There's no camera footage. Trying to find my camera, see if it's in the system, like they tried to sell it for some money. Can't find that. They're like, oh, we'll keep you updated. They were supposed to go home. Like, we're about to leave. We're about to go back home. Like, you know what I'm saying? We're about to go back to Charlotte. So somebody need to have some answers. Like, So now we're just all in the parking lot. We done checked out the hotel. Like, we can't even stay here. If we have to stay here, we're gonna have to get another hotel. And who's gonna check us in, because we're not of age to check into a hotel? Like, too much. I'm panicking because I'm like, my mom and dad are expecting me, like, at a specific time, and now I'm not going to be at that time because Joe's trying to figure out what he's going to do about his dad's truck. The window is shattered. Stuff is gone. It was giving, and then the reason, like, snacks were gone. Snacks were stolen. So it was giving like a homeless hobo. It was giving a bum, a broke, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what it was giving. Because stealing snacks, you hungry? Like, what is that about? And then you done climbed all the way to the back seat, the third seat, and looked on, like, you look, just an easy lick, y'all. Just too easy of a lick. They got us. They robbed us. They took my whole camera and the case and the lens, double lens. They probably got lots of money off of that. Because my mom had just bought me that camera, like, Christmas, just before. And that still, like, eats me up. Because we just would be so much further by now if that didn't happen to me. You live and you learn. That's the day I learned. Don't leave nothing in the car. Nothing. Somebody break in, it ain't nothing for them to get. Now what? You know what I'm saying? But I was in high school, like, so I wasn't mentally prepared for a situation like that. You know, I wasn't even thinking like, oh, you're going to dirty Myrtle. It's not just the water that's dirty. It's the people. Like, you know, like, don't leave anything in your car. If someone would have told me that, you know, we wouldn't be here. We wouldn't be here right now. Me and my phone, you know. But, you know, things happen. You live and you learn. That was the worst. The fact that it's not even just that. Like, it was more to it. Like, we ended up having to ride back to Charlotte with one of Candy's friends that she had just made friends with. Let's just be real. She had just made friends with this girl. She wasn't that close to her, but she was offered a ride. So, like, we tried to paddle into her car, but meanwhile, Kayla's not trying to do that. Like, she's like, no, I'm not riding with them. Like, I don't know them, which I felt her. I definitely felt her all the way, because, like, 10 toes down, girl, I felt the same way. Like, I don't know her. Why are we riding with her? But my parents was expecting me, so I'm like, let me find a ride. Let me get in the ride and get back down the road, because they're expecting me. And if I'm, like, telling them all of this on top of my camera being stolen, I'm just like, let me just get home first. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna ride with them. I did feel bad for leaving Kayla though, because Kayla was like, no, I'm not riding with them. So somebody should have stayed with her, but I was too fixed on what I'm about to tell my parents. So I couldn't even think about nothing else. Like, I couldn't even think about who we riding with. I'm just like, let me get a ride so I can get back home, you know? Get back. So yeah, ended up getting a ride back home. I had to tell my parents, yeah, my camera got stolen. Joe's dad's car got broken into. You know, things happen. Things like this happen. Do they? I don't know. I was trying to convince myself that this was normal, you know, normal situation. We'll get through it. But I was really panicking. And on top of that, I didn't even know these girls that we was riding home with. I'm just like, yeah, I'm just in the car. And then Kaya, she in La La Land. She ain't worried about nothing. Like, she just here. So it was a mix of so many different types of people in this group. We wasn't necessarily all on the same page as far as this trip from the jump. Because being that our ride canceled on us, that was the first sign. And then the hotel was trash, was dirty. That was another sign. Like, why are we here? And then we're all sharing one room, 7 of us, 4 girls, 3 guys, sharing a room. Like, just doing too much. Just trying to get there, you know. That's my story on how my camera got stolen at Myrtle Beach, the Myrtle Beach trip, all together. It was a wild one, you know. You live and you learn, and live to see another day, I guess. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Yeah, so yeah, just keep doing what y'all doing. Shout out to y'all for all the new subscribers out there. Hey y'all, I see y'all, you know. I hope you guys, you know, continue to mess with the vibes over here.